Hey guys, Shadow Reviewer here, and today I'll be reviewing H20, Just Add Water, Season 3, Episode 3, Keep Your Enemies Close. Yeah, this is a pretty terrible episode. Not all of it is terrible, but it's the main premise that sets me off. Okay. Cleo wants to be a dolphin trainer. Now, I get what she wants to do. Wants to add a bit of extra change or extra money. But you do realize dolphin training involves water, right? I mean, you don't see this as kind of a bad sign, very risky. I mean, Rikki even herself says, if you get water on you, you're gonna be more part of the show than you originally asked for. But what the most annoying part of this premise is Will. Now, I'm gonna set this off. Luke Mitchell, you are a good actor. I like you. Home and Away, this show. Actually, no, that's pretty much all I know. But your character, Will, has got to be the most annoying, moronic, and downright idiotic in this episode. I hope that Will gets better later on as a character, but this one sets me off. Trespassing on private property, decides to ignore the employees that work here. You just got told off, hey, get off, go away, this ain't for customers. Oh, you pretty much interfere with Cleo's new job. She pretty much told you to leave and get out, but you outright ignore her just because you play with the dolphin. Jesus Christ, Will! Jesus Christ! And the worst part? He pretty much starts this whole, conflict because yeah, pretty much Cleo's stuck in this mess, stuck in the show because she didn't teach Ronnie anything, and yet Will decides to just interfere. I mean, I don't know what you get. I mean, my God. Honestly, when you showed up trying to resolve the conflict, Cleo had every right to tell you to go away. I mean, you pretty much got her humiliated on stage in front of thousands of people, in front of her boyfriend, her friends, and her family. Even Kim outright berated her. I mean, Jesus. Dude, I know you fixed the situation, but you pretty much stressed that poor girl out to the point where she feels like she almost had a complete mental breakdown. You are just outright stupid. Just stupid. Honestly, you had no point being in this episode other than start a conflict. Jesus. Thank God the subplot is slightly better, but not by much. Okay. Bella started this whole dolphin trainer thing by encouraging Cleo to go out there and try. Now, I get it. New friend wanting to help and wanting to help her. That feels like a true friend. I legit that wasn't nice. But you could have done a little bit more research. And Rikki, why do you continue to be a badass and smart? Honestly, Rikki throughout this whole episode has been smart. She outright tells Cleo, hey, it's risky what you're doing. I mean, do you want our secret exposed to the world again? I mean, what does it have? 2 times? Do you want this to happen 3 times the charm? No? And, in a hilarious bit of misunderstanding, yes, I said hilarious misunderstanding, although to Bella's part, she could have instantly, believed Rikki instead of taking Nate's side. Okay. Thankfully, it's resolved quick. I mean, it's only brought up 2 times. Thank God it's not the whole entire premise for a plot line that goes on and on to the point it makes you aggravate you. Honestly, the best scene in the episode has got to be the scene where Rikki and Bella apologize to each other. I mean, Bella eventually figures out that the real reason why Rikki fired her in the band, because of Nate. Now, throughout the whole entirety of my season 2 review, go watch that, I never liked Nate. He's crude, disgusting, a big bully, and a real creep with the ladies. Thankfully, I think from this episode onwards is where he becomes less of a creep and more of a pathetic man. And it actually does get a few good laughs every now and then. Honestly, the scene where he tries to woo Bella has gotta be some of sad and pathetic, and it actually is pretty funny. Honestly, I think Nate does get better, and it's honestly less sufferable than Will. Yes, I know I'm gonna regret saying that, but I think in this episode alone, Nate is actually more entertaining than Will. At least Nate has a point being here. Will does not. Now, honestly, Lewis again has been nothing but a supportive boyfriend. Honestly, when Cleo pretty much has a bit of a freak stress breakdown, Lewis is there to help support her. Hell, he even brings her family to come watch. Now, it is kind of weird he didn't tell her about this, but he's just being the supportive man that he is. Honestly, Lewis, you keep going. You keep that up. I think the acting alone is actually what makes this episode, tolerable to watch. Honestly, again, the scene where Rikki and Bella apologize, it feels natural, realistic, and the acting between Cabby Ryan and Indiana Evans feels real. I like that. And I do like they solve this in a mature and balanced way. That feels really nice. Even the ending where Bella sings that song for Rikki feels genuine. Honestly, that's nice you went out of your way for that. Good job, Bella. Now, as much as I hate the dolphin subplot, damn you, Will, Phoebe Toykin's performance honestly feels real and realist. Feels real and natural. Honestly, the scene where she ultimately fails to try and get Ronnie to listen to her, that is pretty much the realistic mindset of someone going through withdrawals and thinking about, hey, maybe this isn't for me, I should give up. Honestly, that pretty much feels like me when I'm challenging something and I thought, hey, maybe I can give this a shot, and you instantly break down. Honestly, that reminded me of the time when I went for a really hard radiologist appointment, and where she had to examine me in the most uncomfortable place. Feels realistic. I thought I'm a big girl, I can help with this, and I just couldn't do it. Honestly, the scene where Cleo broke down made me think back to that, and that honestly feels realistic. Sorry. Honestly, the acting here alone is phenomenal on Phoebe Toykin. How were you not given an Oscar for scenes like this? Feels unearned. Phoebe Toykin, you keep up the damnest of awesome work. You actually make this episode actually tolerable to sit through. Keep up the good work. Oh yeah, there's also slight little touches that actually got a laugh out of me. Where Nate's practicing his new song, you could see that Lewis is jamming out to the drums. I thought at first he was jamming out to the tune, but he had both ears plugged in. I think even he knows that Nate's new song is terrible and he wanted to plug his ears in. I gotta admit, that got a legit laugh out of me. So, that's my review of episode 3, Keep Your Enemies Close. I know this is a bit long episode, but the will bit aggravated me a lot, and it's honestly the dumbest part of this episode. Honestly, if the juggling of its two plots could have been fixed a little better, we would have had a pretty decent episode. Next week I'll be reviewing episode 4, Valentine's Day. But before that, I've got a 100 videos special coming up throughout next week. Keep an eye out for that. Until then, I'm the Shadow Reviewer, signing off.